All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Random Ramblings. I'm Jerome.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Hess.
And he's Hesseroni, baby.
And we're on a field trip.
Coming at you live from Jerome's backyard.
Whose backyard?
Jerome's backyard.
How's this your
Well,
backyard?
they said Brenda's. I'm like, who the fuck is Brenda?
Yeah, we broke into Brenda's backyard. We're going to do a podcast, see how long it takes her to come out and find us.
And I think she's having a
Who the
baby.
fuck is Brenda?
Brenda's having my baby.
That's not quite how that
I
goes.
don't know how it goes.
Yeah, definitely not how that goes.
But I heard a little birdie
Jazz.
told me that Hess had a story for the podcast.
Yeah, it's real quick. So the other day, yesterday, one of the dogs took a crap inside.
Oh, that's
Right.
nice.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
I picked it up.
Like
threw it
barehanded?
away. No, I got toilet paper.
Okay.
I threw it in the toilet, and I had the lights off, and so I go to sit down on the toilet, bloop, nuts in the water. The fucking thing was filled to the top. I was like, what the fuck? Abby's laying in bed. She's like, what's going on?
What's going on? Are your nuts in the water?
Dipped my nuts in the fucking toilet water.
That has never.
Was it cold?
Yes.
Have you ever even come close to doing that?
No.
Yeah, never.
I mean, it was full. Like, it was full. It was level with the fucking...
How deep did your nuts get submerged in the water?
Oh, absolutely.
It's like a dunk tank for
It's like
testicles.
it's like an anchor for Hess. He put it down in the water.
Right.
Now he can't go anywhere.
You know, because I'm going... Like, I was like, man, I've been sick for the past, like, couple days. And
Couple
so I've
weeks.
had, like, diarrhea. So I'm like, oh, fuck, do I need to shit right now? So I like, turned
This is
to
great.
sit down, and then it was just bloom right in the water. I'm like, oh, motherfucker.
This is where I'd like to shout out the comment we got in the last podcast. Best Westworld conversations right now on YouTube.
Yeah.
Starts off with Hess.
Best nutsack
Yeah.
Dunking
what are you going to
also.
do? What do you want me
A little
to do?
perspective. When 2 days a week, I get up at 2 a.m. and go to work.
Yes.
And usually I take a shit first.
Yeah.
And every time I sit down in the toilet, I'm like, oh, fuck, because it's cold.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is.
I can't imagine dipping my nuts into the water.
Oh, it was cold. I mean, thankfully, it was clean. Like, it was clean water.
Like,
I
how
thought
do
he was gonna say his nuts went in the water and like touched his dog's turd.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
No, yeah, no,
Oh,
it was
Jesus,
like,
it's getting windy out here.
Ooh, might blow away.
yeah, it
My
was.
nipples are
It
getting hard.
was clean water, so
That's
it was
debatable.
cool. But Abby
I mean,
got
you
Abby
literally
got a nice
started the
little
conversation by
water
saying you dumped a shit in there. So how clean was it?
Yeah.
no, like it had went down, but I guess it had.
So then my
filled all
other
the way up.
question is, why was the
I don't
shit
know.
relevant?
Well, that's why he was in there.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I was in the bathroom.
And he's like,
I
hey,
guess I
let's
could've
kill
left
2 birds
that
with
out.
1 stone.
While I'm in
I
here, I'll
coulda-
dunk my nuts.
Could have left that out.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you live and you learn.
You learn and you live.
So, what'd you guys think about Westworld Season 1, Episode 4, Dissonance Theory?
I enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
There's a lot of good combos in this one.
Yeah.
I didn't really get much theories from this one. Like, I normally pick up on new shit, but Nick has one later on that's kind of interesting.
There was a couple
Kind of
things.
goes against everything he was arguing against last week on the podcast.
That's what
so,
made it fascinating.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of got into it again this episode. It took me a little while.
I knew. What did I say in the first episode of this? About 3 or 4, you guys would jump on board?
No, I don't remember that.
I believe I said that. How about you, Hess, though? Are you on board? You into this shit again?
A little bit. I'm not. I don't know. Honest to God, like I feel like Nick felt like when we decided we were gonna do this, like he's just like kind of over it. Like it's been so fucking long since the goddamn show's been on. I'm literally just like I don't even give a fuck.
Yeah, but now the problem with that is you're coming around to the corner to the other side. Now it's gonna.
No,
be
Yeah,
on
now
you.
it's going to be on
I
pretty
know.
soon.
I know, which is why I mean obviously we're watching it, but I'm just like Jesus Christ, like fuck it.
But
What is it like 2.5 years?
what makes
Year
you
and a
not
half?
care about this, but we care? I mean, I guess for Game of Thrones, you're getting cut up. But there's a lot of shows that we watch that take breaks like this.
It hasn't been 2.5 years, has it?
Lately. No,
It's been like a year and
it's been like a
a half or
year and a
something.
half.
Okay.
I mean that's a long time.
Yeah, but a
Almost 2
lot of
years?
shows go on break about that lately. So like, what's
Really?
the difference
Like
between
what
this and the
shows?
other shows that do that?
It's getting more
It's
and more
way more and more common that
common.
happens.
I mean, Game of Thrones did it.
Game of Thrones did it.
Yeah.
Westworld does
I
it.
mean, I guess I didn't have to deal with that. I mean, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I think I'm just ready for it. Like I just want. I mean,
You just want something new from it, not the same old shit.
I'm glad that I'm watching it again because I'm.
Yeah,
sure
could you imagine if you didn't watch it again and you just started fresh on season 3?
I know.
You'd still think Bernard didn't fucking cuddle with her this episode.
I'm like, wow, what's going on here?
Which I got some questions for you when we get to that scene.
Oh, here we go.
Because
let's get
boy,
into
oh
it.
boy, we didn't ask him last time when we should have.
I felt like watching this last night that I was like, all right, cool. I feel like we can talk about this.
You're like,
now.
oh, we can start 3-time with Pleeka again.
No, not that much. But I did feel like, all right, cool. We're getting into some stuff now. We can question some things, and even though we know the answer to everything, almost.
Yeah, but I think there is still some shit that they're like, people don't know this yet.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking for.
I don't remember what specifically they've even said, like certain characters that people don't know about yet, but
yeah, but that's the whole thing. Is like I don't remember. Like if you would have told me that he takes her out to lunch, I could probably say their name.
I remembered that Ford and Teresa did that, but I didn't remember what they talked about.
I remember that they did it too, and I was looking forward to it. But I would have guessed it was like episode 7.
Yeah, I thought that was like right before she died. He's like, "Hey, back off, bitch," and then she's like, and then she doesn't back off, bitch, and then she gets back into a wall.
I don't. And this was the episode where we're like, "Oh, he is the bad guy."
Yeah. That's a really good scene when he's talking to her and he's like, "Yeah, you guys thought I was gonna do all this shit. I'm not very sentimental. In fact, I'm gonna bulldoze this whole place down that you have a memory of."
A fucking Earth Eater. That thing was ginormous.
Yeah. It's like Hess with the booty.
Wow.
All right, the episode starts off with Arnold and Dolores. She's now adapting dialogue, and so she can almost kind of improvise shit now with people. Mm-hmm. So then Arnold's like, you want to be introduced to the maze? Relax, there's some birds flying around.
That was coming at me.
Yeah,
it's coming right for me.
But he introduces her to the maze here in the opening of the episode.
It was amazing. I've been waiting 24 hours to say that.
I figured you did that a lot the fucking first podcast.
It's cool. It's cool seeing. I like the fact that it opens up and I'm like, okay, this is Arnold talking to Dolores.
Yeah, it's really interesting watching it like now, knowing all that.
Yeah,
like you're like, oh, this is Arnold talking to her. And like, there's so much Arnold in this episode. Like, at least he gets brought up, I think, 3 or 4 times by different characters. Because like Ford talks to Teresa about him, the Man in Black brings him up, and I think Ford brings him up another time where the Man in Black does. But like he keeps getting brought up this episode.
The Man in Black literally says he's doing this for Arnold.
Yeah, I heard that, and I was like, oh, I wonder if we told Hess next time. Oh, I guess he can't be the Man in Black. I didn't get a chance to listen to our podcast, but I already did listen to this one before a little bit for a couple of Hess. But I didn't get to hear if we told Hess, like, oh, I guess he's not the Man in Black. Or not Arnold, because he thought they were the same character.
In
the one before.
I should listen to that too.
So next we got Maeve is having memory flashes at the bar. She gets killed with the Clementine and sees the workers grab her. Then she wakes up, goes home, sees blood on her shirt, has another flash, draws the man's Bioshocky hazmat suit, and then puts it away. And when she puts it away, she finds the other drawings of that.
It reminded me of like Groundhog's Day meets Memento.
Yeah, you know how fucking annoying that would be. You're like, holy shit, I remember that. You draw it down, you go put it away, you hide it, and you're like, oh my god, I've done this like 17 fucking times. Are you fucking kidding me?
It'd be like writing yourself a note, but then lying to yourself.
Or forgetting you wrote that note.
Well, that's
is
why.
Is that in Memento?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that. I really want to, but
it might be on a future podcast.
We'll see.
Oh, you don't pick them, pal.
I might be out of town for that one. Bernard.
2000.
Is it called Movie Club 2000? Is that official?
Everyone goes, that's fucking stupid.
It sounds so generic to me and dumb, but it's your show, so
no one else has.
I told you stuck in the past.
What do you want to do? Watch movies in 2040?
Well, no, I'm not saying the premise is generic. I was saying the title.
I am open to any suggestions. We're gonna do a podcast starting tomorrow, and it's gonna be all movies from the year 2000, 20 year anniversary.
Yeah.
It's timidly called Movie Club 2000.
Yeah. Huh. So comment on suggestions so we don't have to have a show on Pleeka called that.
Or it could just be called Pleeka 2000.
I was going to call it The Repeakables, but
I really want
dumb.
Because there's a group called The Ringer, and they do a podcast called Recapables. And he's copying them, basically.
I'm basically stealing their idea.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, except they recap a bunch of shit, not just movies from the year 2000. So
Yeah, they do all
You can
kinds of
call it
things.
the Pleeka Bubbles 2000. Boom. Then you get the best of both worlds.
You're really hacking off the old jacking.
Okay. Bernard corrects Elsie on the Orion's belt wood carving. They have a whole talk up there. Teresa's like, now my people are going to do this. And she's like, oh my God, Bernard, come help me. And then he's like, yeah, no, fine, do it. I don't give a fuck. Because he's covering for Ford, so he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to call Ginny if you're just going to fucking give it to her. And he's like, yeah, you're fucking wrong about Orion's belt, too.
Yeah, I kind of thought, like...
3, not 4.
Yeah, so that was just in his backstory?
I guess.
She should have said, what are you, Gala fucking Leo? That's just her new catchphrase.
Yeah.
You said that again this episode?
No,
I
he
said she
said-
should have.
Okay. I was going to say.
I did like... Teresa's a bitch.
Totally, yeah.
And she's conniving,
I think
and
she's
like we don't even know
call
this
her
yet,
like
but she's the one who's trying to steal shit.
Yeah, I always kind of forget that.
So
I think I called her a Skeletor bitch in our original podcast.
Hey, he had a couple names for her.
Skeletor.
He got pretty close to being offensive, I feel like. It was some
you know,
Teresa
you know,
shit.
You know who she reminds me of? Just like looks wise, and I could be completely off because it's been a long time. Dana Maselli.
Last time I saw her, she was withering away. So
Yeah. See, I didn't see
they do
that.
both smoke like chimneys. So, well, one of them
Did.
does.
Yeah.
That's a former store manager that he worked for. And I
Also,
worked
it's
for
not
like-
even anybody someone listening would know.
No,
Gotcha.
nah, and no, I don't see it at all. But
I mean, you never know.
That's back. We get the reveal that William and Logan are in Westworld on business, not just pleasure.
Said
it's
it's
always
Because
business.
we get a flashback in season 2 that they're like, "Hey, Logan, come check out our host." And he walks in, he's like, "Which one's the host?" And they're all like,
Oh, yeah,
And then he's like, "Holy shit, let's Daddy get in Westworld."
In this same episode, the other timeline, he said, he's like telling him, "Oh, I'm so thankful your foundation saved."
Yeah, I wrote that down here, and he's like, "Here's my
"You say
fucking
another word,
vacation."
I'll cut your fucking throat. I'm on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So it's not business then.
I still say Dolores fucked him up.
Well, yeah, it was like he fell in love with her.
And then-
Can you imagine that, though? He does all this shit in this world that he didn't even want to really be at. He finds this girl, does all this shit with her,
Yeah.
and then she just forgets everything.
See, I wish they had like they'd released it like on like an extras, like just where instead of the story going the way this way, like have Logan like prevail and like
Oh, you want
Oh
like
my
an
God.
alternate
It
ending where like
goes-
Logan
You
kills
want like
William?
a whole alternate universe?
yeah, that'd be fucking.
I do
badass.
wish Logan was still around. 'Cause
I don't
really
like Logan.
I really like him, and I like the actor. Like he's really, I really like him a lot. On
Yeah.
he's on Punisher.
The funny thing is like this episode, like watching it through this time, I feel like I like him more than I did in the first time.
Yeah, the first time I thought he was an
And I'm-
annoying little prick, but this
Yeah.
time I'm like, I actually do. Even though he is a prick, I do like him. The guy's a really good actor, and I enjoy
Oh,
that.
the actor's fine. I just don't like the character. The character's an asshole.
Yeah.
He totally is. But then later on, you
William's
kind of feel
kind of
bad for him too in the
twisted, too.
flashbacks of season 2 and all that.
Yeah, because he's all talk though. Because he's all bullshit and he's like cocky, and
Hey,
then
like someone else I know.
don't talk about Hess like that.
He's
and then
not talking about me.
and then
talk about
he's
sex,
all bullshit, and then when he gets called on it, he ends up naked next to a cactus.
Yeah, remember how
Trying
excited
person.
we were though when we saw like he was in the next one like that,
Yeah.
tied up. Like, fuck, Logan's back. We could see how he got found, and then it was cool, but it's so short, and we're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
It
When
was
does
just a
that to be
quick
longer?
little, give you something.
The man in black finds a girl with a dragon tattoo that really is like snake tattoo woman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he goes down there.
She's
and-
not a girl from Sweden who like hacks stuff.
Not yet, at least. That's in another storyline coming
The
up.
Swedish.
Alternate universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in Hess's alternate universe. Logan actually finds her, and she is the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Well, now I'm interested.
Yeah.
Now we're
Do you think
just
if Logan
intertwining shows
would
and
come
movies.
back and didn't commit suicide or overdose, whatever he did,
Did
he'd
he overdose on a guitar?
overdosed on like a banjo. I don't know why that was overdose.
you
You know when people overdose? Is someone baking something? Smell that?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm fucking hungry.
Think he'd be a white hat now?
Oh, I thought you
Or do you
said-
think do you think he's to be like fucking girls and flicking his dick?
Fucking girls and flicking his dick.
I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. But they find her and they like team up with her.
What were you saying, Hess? You guys talk at the same time. It's hard to hear both of you.
Yeah, no, I had nothing relevant to say.
Oh, all right. Cool.
That should be on a t-shirt actually.
And
I had nothing relevant to say. I
Just-
would really like
here you
that.
go.
That'd be a good T-shirt. Dolores meets Dolores meets Lawrence's daughter, and she gets a flash of a church and sees the maze in the sand, and then some man tries to grab her and bring her back to Sweetwater, and then William stops her, and that's because like some lady intercepts with Stubbs and is like, hey, she's off her course, and then all this shit happens. But Nick has a theory here that, because like, we watching it now, and if this is Stubbs' den, which it does look like it is, because this is all two timeline shit, then Stubbs is definitely a host in this timeline, like I already have said he was, because obviously he is. They didn't make it up after the fact.
I think they did. I thought they did, but then watching this episode, it looks like this was 30 years ago when they said.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense for us to see this scene if it was the other timeline.
But also,
because we don't even see the timeline. So
that's what I was going to say.
Why would they write that in here if we have the other timeline?
We don't even we don't even see Dolores in the other timeline in this episode,
yeah.
Right?
So
do you get what we're talking about?
I do.
Okay.
So Stubbs was the host the whole time. They had it all planned, and Nick is admitting here that he's wrong.
Yeah, apparently, because I fucking watched it at the gym, and I was like, what the fuck? This is 30 years ago?
See, because I did say last podcast that I remember there being a reveal of the multiple timelines, and we saw there's some, like we knew it, but not just because
Are you dancing?
Multiple timelines. But I remember knew that, but I didn't remember what it was, and that might have been some of it as we realized it with those connections, too.
I don't remember that.
But I don't know.
I guess that's why we're rewatching.
I just don't know why I didn't see any other theories about him being a host if he's clearly in the scenes. He talks to Charlotte Hale. And then he's in stuff here where he's clearly talking about Dolores being with William. How did no one put the two and two together with that?
Same reason they didn't know Charlotte Hale was a host at the end.
Well, that one, you can't even fucking guess that. That was cool, but you only can guess that if you watch the trailer and go scene by scene like we did.
Yeah, but we guessed it, and then we just didn't know who it was.
Yeah.
Because we're
We
stupid.
thought it was just a host of her.
We're so dumb.
Mm-hmm.
We should have totally guessed that.
Quit this podcast.
Yeah, we might as well just turn this off right now.
But so, did you have any thoughts of that when you were watching, or did you just think it was the current timeline when you saw Stubbs the first time? Because I never had that before, and I'm watching it last night, and I'm like, wait a second. First of all, the black chick that comes up to him, never seen before, which means she's
a lot of those people are like the one-offs in that room, though.
Right, but they show that room again 2 more times, and it seems
and they are talking about the man in black when he's in there, and it is different people, but the room still looks the same. But like they don't need updates.
But again, and like we said, Dolores isn't in the future timeline, and then Stubbs is like, "Oh, the farmer's daughter," which they don't call her that anymore.
Yeah.
So then he's like, "Oh, well, see if she's with somebody."
Yeah.
Like 30 years ago, she wasn't as prevalent, right?
Yeah.
And like, you do see that sheriff guy. Sheriff guy going in there to get her was totally a Delos worker going to get her and bring her back.
I just figured it was a host.
I mean, I guess it could have been, but it was someone that they sent there.
Yeah, that they were trying to retrieve her. Yeah.
Yeah, because then when he grabbed her, she's like, "No, get off me, motherfucker."
I must have been writing something down when that happened because I didn't hear that.
No, it's literally she's like,
"Get
off me."
And old Pussy Whip was like, "She ain't lost, she's with me."
That is the worst William impression I've ever heard. Ever.
Like,
she ain't lost, she with me.
My name's William.
And then the sheriff's like walking away, he goes, and William goes.
That did happen. I thought that was weird.
Didn't think twice about that. I was still had a boner that I think I found.
He texted you, "Holy shit, you're right. That was the host." I was like, "Yeah, I fucking told you."
Yeah, that was a good answer.
Well, what else do you want, you fucking cocksmoker? William and Dolores are talking about where life's gonna take them and all this shit and their past and blah, 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 blah. But then in the middle of the conversation, she has a memory flash, kind of like Maeve's, and sees the Bioshocky hazmat dude. Which later on, when they talk about how they make toys of that.
Is that when she looked at the moon?
Yeah, and she's like, poof, also on stage, and he's like, Dolores?
Yeah.
You good?
Weird.
She's like, just feel a little faint.
But then, sorry, that's another scene. Random guy tells the man in black that his foundation saved his sister's life, and then the man in black tells him, "Shut the fuck up, I'll cut your throat, I'm on fucking vacation." And then he tells Snake Woman that he will ride at dawn and get whatever she wants out of the prison if she tells him about the tattoo. And then he tells her a story about Arnold, which I didn't remember him talking about this, when he's like, "Yeah, I'm coming here." Basically, it's like I'm doing this for Arnold and all this shit. I didn't remember that at all.
He's completely wrong, though.
Well, yeah, he doesn't know about the maze, you know? He doesn't know that in a couple years he's going to become a host hybrid.
He'll be looking for the maze again.
Mm-hmm. And then he'll be like, "Oh, that's amazing."
Probably.
Is that this season where they lock Homeboy in like that thing and like he can't get out?
Calling Mr. Vague.
What the?
What are you talking about?
How the hell were we supposed to guess what
It's
you're
like-
talking
it's
about
like,
from
what
that
is it?
description?
What do you mean? They fucking lock him in a room.
You know when they lock Homeboy up on that thing and he can't get out? You're like, oh.
You literally said lock homeboy in that thing. What
Yeah,
the
they
fuck
lock-
are we
they
supposed
lock-
to?
They lock the guy in a room. It's like I think it's like fucking William's dad or something. Or,
That's next season.
Logan's
is
dad.
it next season?
Logan's
Okay.
dad, and they're
Yeah.
testing him to be a
Yeah.
host hybrid.
I didn't know Logan's dad was homeboy, and I didn't know the room that they were watching was a thing.
Well, you know,
God.
Comment down below if you got what I was talking about there. Cause
I'm sure everyone got what I
Jesus.
was talking about, except you two.
Yeah,
I'm
I said it
sure.
earlier, you a bunch of fucking idiots.
Snake Woman tells the man. Oh wait, I skipped a bunch.
What's her real name?
I don't know. I just kept calling her Snake Woman. The next morning,
Period.
Lawrence and the Man in Black get arrested so that way they can, go to Snake.
I like the scene where he escapes from prison.
Yeah, the whole thing that he up to. Like, so they get arrested
So
to do
how
that.
did
He gives the guy the cigar that he knows is like a stick of dynamite, basically, and they get arrested and all that. He meets Hector, which every time I fucking see him, I imagine when Hess kept calling him Hector Bon Escatone on the first podcast. That's all I ever called him, which is close because it's Hector. It isn't just Hector Bar or
Is it
Hector Escatone.
Escalante?
What?
Isn't it Escalante?
I think it is Escalante.
Escatone, isn't it?
I think it's Escalante.
Hector Escalante.
Escalante. I don't know.
That sounds
fucks
way
me up
better.
on his name.
That sounds way better than Escatone.
Yeah, I think it's Escalante.
But yeah, so he meets.
Is that your Spanish accent?
Yeah, see.
Okay.
Well, the Man in Black meets Hector. He breaks him out of prison with his cigar. As they're walking out, the one dude's smoking. He's like, blows
Yeah,
up
that's
his
pretty
face.
Yeah.
Then
So, real quick before we move past this, how did he call in the favors of the two explosives?
because he has the match, I think that's what does it. He lights the match and does it. And they go, "Oh, we have a pyro." They said we have a pyrotechnics
But
request.
it calls for 2 charges, so is one match strike?
Well, because I
2
think
charges?
when he did that, I don't because he works there, so he's like
Well,
magic.
yeah, I know, but because I'm going. How did he fucking signal down to the fucking Plymouth Rock?
I'm
They're gonna fucking.
I'm assuming it was. They said 2 because he lit the match and lit his. It was gonna light his cigar, and the other guy already lit the cigar, and they know those are both his. So they're like, oh, there's 2 charges that are being requested, and they're like, yeah, pass it. And he knew the guy was gonna smoke it when they got
Plus,
there.
I mean, who knows? Maybe he went in his little army kit before he got arrested and said, "All right, I need a fucking," you know what I mean?
Yeah, but don't you think that makes like if they both lit at the same time because they blew up pretty close together.
Yeah.
So I think that's what it was. But then meanwhile, all that was while that was happening, Lawrence was getting set up to be fired on, and then the Man in Black saves him, pretty similar to when he was being hanged before. Same scene, kind of.
Yeah. And Hector killed the last dude.
Yeah.
Hector and Man in Black got along pretty good.
Yeah, them talking together is very interesting.
Yeah, even I like Men in Black. He's like, yeah, I'm playing this game on easy. Basically, it's like he's like, I've done all this stuff. You're stupid, and it's like, yeah, but he's also a fucking robot that doesn't know any better. You know what I mean? So sometimes when he talks like that, like I get it. He's been through it all. He's done it all. That's how he knew how to escape and do all that shit. But on the other hand, it's like, go do that in the real world. Then you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I got a question that you hate when I ask. Did I hit record on there?
oh, I have no fucking idea.
30 minutes in. I hope so.
Yeah,
We're 24 minutes. There's no red. I forgot to turn the red light back on.
it's moving. It went to 25 minutes.
Oh, really?
Got close up of my fucking face.
Yep. Well, remind me and I'll turn the red light back on, and then I won't have to ask her that ever again.
You just almost knocked over Bernard.
No,
Hey,
she's just saying, yeah,
Or is that Arnold?
Don't forget to turn the red light back
That's
on.
Bernard. Fuck you, Hess. Remind me now, not fucking later.
Fuck you, Hess.
Little fucking bitch.
I'll text you later. All right.
So Snake
Just tell him
Woman.
tomorrow.
Snake Woman tells. That's
Yeah.
true. We'll be at his house.
Yeah.
Snake Woman tells the Man in Black about her tattoo and says the only bitch she needs to fill in is when she kills Wyatt. I'm gonna kill this simple bitch Wyatt.
So, here's
It's funny,
my.
everybody got like their iOS 14 update. They're like, oh, Wyatt.
Do you think
that
there's a
some bitch? And
I think
the Man
there's
in
a
Black
host
was-
out there that was like, nah, I'll just do the fucking update tomorrow.
I'll do it later.
Yeah.
Someone mentions Wyatt. Like, who the fuck is Wyatt?
Or there's like old ones that like people go to my store. They're like, hey,
They
my
just
phone
don't have
won't
that
work
storage
when I.
capability.
Yeah, and they're like, it has like 75 updates. I'm like, you can update this shit.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't have the storage.
but it's funny. So if you remember how like later on, what's his fucking name?
Arnold,
Anthony
Bernard, Man in Black,
Anthony
Ford.
Hopkins. Ford is like telling the Men in Black. He's like, this isn't for you, and he's
That's
just
an episode coming up, I think. It's
he's like literally just, hey,
don't know
the
when.
maze isn't for you, and
Yeah,
then
he
he takes
straight
it.
up tells him that.
Oh yeah, it's for me. But so if he wouldn't have came up with this Wyatt bullshit, he might not even have fucking kept going.
Yeah. Because he wouldn't have Snake. He wouldn't have got any other clues to it. Or any
Yeah.
Because he hears something new, so
He's like, "Oh, Wyatt! Oh,
this
fuck!
must lead to the
Yeah.
maze." Yeah, I've never actually put that together.
That's what I was like. You're lucky that he, well, or unlucky. I guess it depends how you look at it. He's running
Well, I
around.
mean, what he ultimately wants is for it to be like,
Entertaining.
yeah, to be dangerous there, to be able to be shot at and be like, "Oh fuck, they can actually hurt me." That's why he smiles so hard at the end when they're actually shooting at him.
Yeah, that's creepy.
And that does lead to him, the host hybrid, all that shit. But I think that can be cool too. But so he
So he
does.
just wants to meet Busta
does kind
Rhymes.
of. Yeah, he does kind of get his maze in a way. His
Don't
own personal maze. You know what I mean?
I suppose.
So a little kid is walking through the park and he drops a toy. I don't remember if it's a girl or boy.
It was that
they
little Indian girl, right?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
And she. Oh, so then this is the plan again. Drops the toy version of the hazmat suit guy, and Maeve goes and picks it up.
Yeah.
Which I would like. Who the fuck would want that toy?
Well, they think it's a fucking.
Yeah, they think it's something.
So do you think? So. I thought of this too. So like when she asked Hector about it later on, and he's like, "Oh, it's a god from the people that are."
Yeah, I believe I wrote down. He think he calls them the Dreamwalkers or something. I wrote down somewhere.
Something.
Yeah, he calls them
It's like
Dreamwalkers. Yeah.
So like, do you think? Remember, I don't remember the guy's name that we meet in season 2. That's the Indian dude. That he's half awake too.
Yeah.
Do you think that shit comes from him and his wife or whatever?
Oh, because he's been awake for a long time. And they
Yeah.
could have talked about it.
Yeah.
Never
they're
thought
like
about
on
that,
the-
but maybe. You know, I
outskirts.
honestly hope when because we're rewatching all this, in case you didn't know, when we get to season 2, though, because there was like that episode we liked, but the one before we didn't. There was a couple of them we were like, about like the Shogun World and that one.
Mm-hmm.
I hope
Yeah, I
we, I
hated
hope we
Shogun
really
World.
like it when we watch it this time.
Remember how you guys were like so excited for Shogun World?
And
And
then-
oh, we're going to Shogun World, and I was like, yeah, I don't care about Shogun World. It's not here.
Yeah, it didn't really even matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after this is a big scene, Hess. Big scene for you.
Big scene.
Is there dicks?
We've talked about this all of Westworld. Every time we ever talk about Westworld, this comes up.
Oh, this is Bernard.
After
Yeah.
banging Bernard, Teresa gets dressed and is ready to leave. Bernard kisses her neck a bunch of times, fixes her posture, then they make out. And I wrote in all capitals, how the fuck did Hess get that he was a host from this scene? This is the scene that you quote when you go,
Yeah.
he was a host. How the fuck did
Yeah.
you get that?
It's because the whole posture thing.
Oh
No
my
one gives
God.
a fuck about posture.
But he does. He's like, oh, you little brows for him done before. Like he corrects her with all that shit all the time.
I'm telling you, he's perfect.
So like
He's a fucking
tomorrow, if
computer.
Nick's sitting in the chair, and I'm like,
He
can you sit
doesn't know
straight,
anything
fix your
else.
posture? He's gonna be like,
Okay, first of all,
Drum's a
you
host.
never said that before, though. You said
you said he didn't cuddle. I could play it on my phone right now.
And that's fine. I have no problem. But I'm just saying, it's the whole posture thing. It's the whole perfect thing. Have you ever seen?
A grown man naked?
No. Have you ever seen? What's his fucking name? Jesus.
Yeah, I've seen Jesus. He's got a church. He's like this on a cross.
Bernard.
Oh,
Have you ever seen Bernard, like with his hair messed up or his beard all overgrown? And no.
Oh, okay. Now you
He's
sound like me
always-
with the man in black.
I'm just saying, he's always like dressed nice.
okay, but you
Yeah, but
said he
ha-
didn't
you know,
cuddle.
Okay, have you
And
ever
he's so
have you ever
fucking
seen
feeling
Teresa
her-
with her hair
My-
messed up and shit like that?
my-
Have you seen LZ with her hair messed up and shit like that?
Hey, here's what matters. I was right. Okay, that's what matters.
She's like, oh, he's like, you're leaving? And she's like, yeah, you gave me what I needed. And he's like, that's all I'm good for? And then he like climbs out of bed. He's like rubbing her back, kissing her neck and shit. I don't know. I just kind of got that feeling. I got a vibe.
See? Just
So
a
I was
vibe.
like,
That's
all
your big thing.
Just stop, okay? And then I listened to that one other podcast that I tell you guys I do every week.
Yeah.
And they
That's
actually
the
said
big one.
they think he's a host too.
So that's where you got it from.
Just a vibe. Just
If
a
anything,
goddamn
I watched
vibe.
that and I was like, fuck, Teresa might be a host. She's the fucking creepy one.
I just don't get it. I mean, I know he's a host. I get that, but I just don't understand how that scene gave it away. Hess is like
Well, the funny thing is
magical
that.
dude.
So I don't know what podcast you listen to, but I'm sure they fucking.
Random ramblings.
I'm sure they fucking watched the rest of this episode, and when fucking Anthony Hopkins sits down with Teresa, he fucking tells her that Bernard's a host.
He does basically say that, which I never even noticed that before.
Me either.
Yeah, but I didn't catch that either.
He's just like, yeah, you
Oh,
know.
so it's actually right here. So Ford and Teresa are having lunch. They talk about him and Arnold
Yeah, that's what she's
and
getting ready for.
Bernard, and then he freezes all the hosts, has her sit at the table that she sat at as a child, And then he asks her not to get in his way. And then he says, "Some of the board's gonna side with me. They already have all this shit." Look, I'm not even sentimental. And
I got a
Knocks down the whole
hypothetical question for both of you.
I got a hypothetical answer.
So
One of
say
you.
say we're doing this podcast, and all of a sudden I freeze everything, and I tell you to do something. Are you gonna do it?
Fuck yeah.
I freeze the world.
Yeah. He mentions that like him and Arnold were like gods here, and they're like, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And then Arnold lost his way.
I mean, you better do what, or I'm gonna fucking get some host to push
Especially-
you downstairs.
Maybe not you, but if you were Anthony Hopkins, fuck yeah.
Wait, what the fuck's that supposed to mean?
Because you freezing people, I'd be like, yeah, Nick probably paid.
I'd freeze the fuck out of you.
It's like a flash mob there and start being like,
He paid a bunch of people.
I would free, and then I'd whip my wiener out and stick it on your forehead, and then unfreeze you.
That's exactly why I.
That's why I'm Anthony Hopkins.
Okay.
And I go.
All right.
Right.
William and this
Anything
is
about fava beans?
this part reminded me of Hess a lot. So William and Logan make it to their bounty. He tells Dolores, "Stay behind. You can't get hurt here." But then Logan kicks open the door and is 100%. If Hess was in Westworld, this would be him 100%.
What? Just balls to the wall?
Slap leather, cocksucker. That just reminded me of Hess. 100%.
I've heard him say that when we play Call of Duty.
Oh, really?
yeah, all
Yeah.
the time.
Except I don't think he says
Those open
cocksucker. I
doors.
think he says another word that you can't say.
Something about showers and
Yeah.
yellow
Slap leather,
things.
muff
I don't
diver.
remember.
Muff diver. That's a good one.
Logan did like if I went to Westworld, I would definitely wear a black hat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no doubt.
Yeah.
I would also shoot random people like Logan did. Like when he just shoots that one guy, he's like,
I do shit like
like
that
the
in
guy,
Red Dead Redemption stuff like that. But I feel like in real life it'd be different. But I also feel like I'd have to try it once.
Well, it's like the guy in the saloon or at the whorehouse.
Yeah,
Oh,
and he just
yeah.
stabs him in the
Kills
hand.
Everybody. He just like
I don't think I would laugh like a like I'm the Joker or something, but you know, I'm like Walking Phoenix walking around in my tidy whities or untidy
Yeah.
whities.
But after they do that, they grab the dude. The guy ends up mentioning El Lazo. And so Logan's like, "Oh fuck, we unlocked an Easter egg after your stupid bounty." So then he shoots the guy in the face. Now they want to go on the El Lazo mission. And then Logan asks William to go black hat with him, and William calls him an evil prick.
Yep.
He's like, I'd
He's
never
like, I
go
would
black.
never do that. 30 years later, motherfucker, Logan was right.
Hey Logan, don't watch this other timeline.
Yeah, he can't. He overdosed on heroin or whatever.
That's true.
Future
You're
heroin.
like,
What?
I don't know.
Totally forgot what I was gonna say.
Yodelay. Hee-hoo. Was that it?
That was not it.
Hmm.
That reminded me of Beer Fest.
I can see that. You.
No, I don't remember what I was gonna say.
Alright.
It was something. very
Yeah.
The Man in Black. I thought this was gonna stuff was gonna happen this episode, but I guess it's next. The Man in Black finds the Man in Black and Lawrence find Teddy tied up to a tree and bleeding out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Remember he drains Lawrence's blood and puts it in Teddy, and then that's when he goes and ends up talking to Ford. Whenever they do that shit.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Hector and Snake Woman ride into town, not on a pony. Well, actually, I guess they do ride into town on a pony.
Well, the horses.
Yeah, whatever. Pony horse. Tomato. To get that safe again, but Maeve makes him stop. They go upstairs to make a deal. She gives him the safe code for info on the hazmat dudes. He calls them the Dreamwalkers. And then he asks her to cut her where she's been previously shot in like a past life. And probably the beginning episode. And then he finds the bullet in her and they kind of bang and die. The end.
The end. I found her getting the bullet out of herself.
Mhm.
Well, he helped, but I found that interesting.
I do find her stuff more interesting this time than I did originally. I found her very annoying.
You like
originally.
Maeve, right? A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Um,
jerks off to her every time he watches.
I could see that.
He's like, I'm so over this fucking show, but Maeve, woo-wee!
Yeah. Fandy Newton.
That's the only reason he watched Solo.
I didn't watch that.
I was gonna say.
Oh, so he was really disappointed when
It's
she.
the only reason he watched Rock and Rolla,
She's in. She's in Rock and Rolla.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
isn't she?
You're making shit up. I'm gonna look her up. See what she's in.
I think she is.
You keep talking about Huss's balls.
I think she doesn't she bang Gerard Butler
Sandy Newton kind of sounds like a.
like a candy.
No, like some kind of sex act someone's gonna perform and like, yo, babe, after tonight, want to get drunk and do the
sounds
Sandy
like a
Newton?
rusty trombone or something.
Yeah.
She's in Westworld.
I could see you and
Oh.
Hess doing a thing.
Star Wars, a solo story.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Hey, ladder guy, I'm doing a podcast.
Oh, I thought it was like it sounded like.
She's in Gringo. She's in.
Are you gonna read off every fucking thing she's in?
She's not in rock and roll. Oh, she's in rock and roll. She's Stella.
She got her groove back.
She's in Norbit. She just lost all respect.
Perfect.
Wow.
Well,
I remember what I was going to say before is that. So what's the guy's name that the Man in Black is dragging along?
Lawrence.
Do you remember
Lawrence.
how much we freaked out when Lawrence was Alonzo?
El Lazo.
Alazo?
El Lazo, yeah. Well, because right when he dies in
That's
this,
not a real name, so I didn't
and
know.
I remember we pointed out to Hess, this was like a big thing of us trying to get him to think the Man in Black was William, and he still wouldn't believe us. The second Lawrence dies, he meets William as El Lazo.
Is that really true?
And they go and we're like, oh, like they're, because if that would have confirmed if we saw them both at the same time that it was different timelines. Because how could it be? Unless there's two of the hosts, which there's not.
Right.
So he dies, and then they're showing us. So like they're trying to trick us to think, oh, look, he died. And he's been reborn as El Lazo, but like it proves the different timeline. You get that thing because it's such like it's a coincidence. And then Hess didn't believe us.
Nope.
You fucker.
It's like you guys didn't believe me that Arnold was a host, so eat a dick.
I was afraid you were right, and then you were.
Arnold's not a host.
If season 3, I swear to God, at all, he goes, Aaron Paul's a host, I'm going to be so pissed because he'll probably be right.
He's wrong. Arnold's not a host.
It's Bernard.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
he's real. Yeah, Arnold's not a host.
Magoodles.
Unless
Magoodle
that's a
magoodle.
twist, and he was really born from, like, Jimmy.
Smith?
Jimmy Smits is the real dude, and Arnold was the host, too.
No, you're just yakking.
Yakking off with Nick and Josh.
What the fuck? Oh my god, I think he's lost his mind.
Any other things you guys want to say? I'm done. We talked about the whole episode.
I
That
know,
seems
we-
fast.
I cut off a
We
couple
cruised
scenes.
right through it.
Yeah, it was 37 minutes.
Yeah, Jerome did coke before we fucking started the podcast.
Probably look at his fingers.
Yeah, I'm all painty.
Painting?
We're painting my room, so that's why we're doing the podcast outside.
You are
I
not
was
painting your room.
wondering.
You're doing a podcast.
Well, I've been painting my room all morning. I took a break to do a podcast
What are you painting it?
with paint.
No fucking shit,
No,
Eric.
we're doing white and gray.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. You can get someone to paint your room and then come out and do a podcast, right?
Hey, I've been working all day on the railroad.
Yeah. Apparently.
Ah.
All the live long days.
You
Can
can paint that room in one day?
Yeah.
His whole room is in the hallway and kitchen.
Oh,
This,
lovely.
I didn't realize how much shit you have.
I didn't either. Jesus
Christ.
Well, yeah, you do have a bunch of shit on the wall and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll get rid of a bunch of that. We were gonna ask you, did you want any of that? Those, those Avengers like hardwood things they got on the walls? So those past Spider-Man ones.
I don't have any hardwood.
Do you want any in the living room or anything?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Okay, I figured you might. Since we're at the end here, I want to shout out me and Taylor started our own podcast, Jerome and Taylor's Bedroom of Spookies. Listen
I
on
watched about
Spotify,
5
watch
minutes
it
of
on
it.
Pleeka. What?
I watched about 5 minutes of it.
Oh, then we bored you?
Well,
That's good. ad
He's
for the
like, there's
podcast.
no video. What the fuck?
yeah, I kept like hitting the 10-second thing. I'm going, when are they going to come on the screen? And then I'm like, oh, I guess they're never going to come.
Yeah, no, it's just an audio. It's just a normal podcast for that. We may video it eventually, but those are probably going to be longer podcasts too, so that would make it easier and all that. But yeah, first episode we watched all the Scream movies.
That's a long
Did a
time.
podcast on it. We learned, which is very odd, every single Scream has 6 minutes of credits.
Wow.
Because we always pause it right at the end just to go to the next one, and every single one has 6 minutes of credits. We thought that was weird.
That is weird.
But yeah, it was pretty fun. We got a bunch of sound bites and shit. It's be a fun podcast. We got a bunch of movies and stuff that we want
I
to
saw
do for
So
it.
you're
Billy
only
Jackson.
going to do horror, like scary movies?
Anything spooky. So it doesn't have necessarily to be like horror. Like it could be like a weird one or whatever. Anything that you would consider spooky.
Okay.
Yeah, we called it Jerome and Taylor's
So-
Bedroom of Spookies, kind of off of The Simpsons Treehouse of Horror.
Well, Willy Wonka? That's spooky.
Willy Wonka would maybe work actually.
It's fucking the creepiest movie ever made.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
But like
It's a great fucking
because like Beetlejuice, it's not really horror, but it's a little spooktastic.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not as creepy.
What was that?
I'm not a big Beetlejuice fan.
Well, I got a Facebook message. Let me see. It's from. Oh, I don't even get some. I'm celebrating my friendship with some dude that I don't care about.
You know,
What?
who?
Oh.
Me and Michelle LeBron King.
Michelle LeBron?
Yeah,
That's my aunt.
My uncle.
Okay. Wow.
That'd explain a lot, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
You guys have any fun? Anything weird happen to you at work? Like some dude's like, "Hey, dude, I'll give you like 4 cents if I could jerk you off."
No. No one attempted to jerk me off at work.
That's a shame, isn't it?
That's
A little bit.
crazy.
When's
little bit.
crazy.
when's the last time you got your asshole tickled?
What?
When's the last time you got your asshole tickled?
That's never happened.
Yes, it has. It happened. I mean, it didn't happen on this podcast, but we heard about it on this podcast.
No.
When's the last time that happened?
No, it happened on our Call of Duty video.
That's true. No, honestly, when's the last time?
happened.
When's the last time anything sexually happened with your asshole? Be honest here.
I don't want to know.
We're all buds here. Just be honest.
Yeah, we're all buds.
We're all butts
That
here.
hasn't happened.
Nothing's happened.
The hasn't happened.
Now ask Abby when's the last time something happened to your asshole.
She's in the room. You'll be here tomorrow.
That's true.
You can do something to his
we'll
asshole
ask her
tomorrow.
I'm sure you're gonna want to film a whole bunch of shit
on
afterwards.
the Replicables 2000. We'll ask her.
I still think Pleeka 2000.
Plecapables? Was it the Plecapables?
Pleeka 2000? I don't know. I like that one, but
Pleeka 2000?
But that doesn't explain it. That sounds like we're doing Pleeka like again.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to
I don't know
decide.
either.
Watching movies from the 2000s to celebrate their 20th anniversary of the podcast.
There you go.
That's a
That,
good.
you can fit that right in the thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nothing but words.
Yeah. So you guys don't have any stories or anything to add?
How on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you guys to watch Dude, Where's My Car tonight?
Pumped.
I'm pretty excited. It's a very good movie.
I am.
You have to send me and Taylor your things though that I have to write down about it.
Can I just show them to you?
You could just take a picture and send it to us or whatever. Isn't
That's
it
what
on
I
your
did-
phone?
That's what I did to Hess.
Probably
Okay.
do that. Yeah, I didn't screenshot that. I probably should have. So I'll have to go back through and find it. But I'm excited to watch it because I've never seen the movie before.
I want to watch it, but I'm more excited
Abby said
because
it's like one of her favorite movies. So.
to like do the podcast a different way, not just like recapping the movie and talking about it, like who won the movie, shit like that,
Who 2'd the movie?
who 3'd the movie,
Yeah.
like instead of
Yeah.
just talking about the movie, talking about different things like that we don't
Well,
normally
it's
do
also-
will be fun.
I'm taking it pretty seriously. I wrote like 4 pages of notes.
Mhm. And it'll
Holy
be
dog shit. 4 pages?
it'll be a bi-weekly podcast
But
too,
it's
and
like it's all spaced out and like goofy. Like it's not
okay.
like 4 fucking like I didn't write.
Oh,
yeah.
There's nothing like I didn't write anything down on what happened. Just like
that's it,
I
and that's
gotcha.
fine because like who
Yeah.
cares? It's 20 years
Yeah.
old. Who cares about the plot?
Yeah, no,
you know?
I don't care. Yeah, I mean, we'll save the plot in the beginning, but
Mhm.
I'm trying to take
I
it real
think-
serious. Like tonight, I'm gonna organize all the notes, get them so I have like some sort of idea of how it's gonna go,
Mhm.
and bounce some shit off you. But what I'm really excited about is to do the different movies. Like this will
Yeah.
be hopefully.
Well, and
this will
like
be fun.
like I said before when you talked about it, like we're going to Hess's house and Taylor's gonna be on this one, and then maybe one podcast it'll be you, Hess, and Mima, or me, you, and Mima, or me, you, and Mom. Like it'll be different
Yeah.
people going around, which I think that'll be fun too to get different
Should
people's
be.
opinions on stuff.
Should be.
And also like it'll be different locations because like we'll have to go to his house, have to go to Mima's house to do it with her.
I really want to do Memento with you,
I've
Hess.
seen Memento.
Him and Mima, because
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
seen that. It would be my first time, but then have like
Yeah. So did
and
you
he's
like
seen it
Memento?
to see if I understand
Yeah,
it and
was pretty
stuff.
good. So I shouldn't tell you that the very beginning is actually the end of the movie.
Well, I know what it is. I just haven't seen it. I should though.
It's good.
I've asked to watch it, and then Mom's like, "No, I don't want to watch that movie."
I already know what the second movie's gonna be, but I can't tell
Memento 2,
you. Electric
Scream
Boogaloo.
3, so me and you have to watch it again.
That would be
Why
hilarious.
why can't you tell us?
I don't want to.
Are you gonna reveal it to us at the end of the first
yeah.
episode? Okay.
Oh.
What if all three of us were like,
I'm actually-
we're not watching that.
I'm it
we're
does-
not on it.
One of you
and it's you
fuckers
by
are gonna-
yourself talking
No,
about it.
That's okay. That'll be fine. I'm actually gonna has to be on the next one because I'm bringing you a copy of the movie so you can watch it. If
okay.
things work out right.
Star Wars?
No,
I got
fucker.
I'm trying to think. Snatch. It's gonna be Snatch. He has so many copies of Snatch. It's totally Snatch. I know it.
My favorite movie of all time.
I might.
I-
Say,
and
And we're gonna do the whole
Oh,
podcast.
can I
in
do my
Pikey.
Mickey Mouse Snatch when we do it?
I don't think you can do that again.
Hey, I'm sick around. Get over it.
That was so bad.
Wow.
You like dogs? I can't do it anymore.
It's hard
You
to
like-
hard to do both.
Yeah.
You like Degs?
Do Mickey Mouse and talk.
But you got to
Pikey?
do Mickey Mouse,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't do that.
which ironically,
Oh,
what's
I can't
Brad
do it
Pitt's
right
name
now.
in Snatch?
I have no idea.
Really?
I don't
I
know.
have no idea. I
Neither
don't know
one
anybody's name is Snatch.
I can't remember it.
It's fucking Mickey.
Oh.
yeah.
You fucking dumb
Years
shit.
since I've seen it.
Hey, what's over a while? You get over it.
I think we should do the whole podcast. The
Like
second one in Pikey.
Okay.
Oh,
We done-
Jesus
That'd
Christ.
I'd have to drink a 40.
be easy for me. I just gotta mumble.
Yeah,
That
that's
would
true.
be kind of cool.
See if
There's
anybody
no
would
fucking
understand it.
Do you like the drum? We still have. We never did a drum cast.
No, you guys did Drunk Madden. That's about it.
Fuck.
That would be interesting, but
We've talked about it a few times. People have suggested it, but we've never done it.
yeah, it'd be interesting to do a
We
drunk
might have
cast.
to bring them a drunk cast in the year 2020.
Okay.
The problem is one of us. If we go to your house, then we're spending the night.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Well,
obviously.
it would probably make most sense to just go to his house and stay the night. Then
what the
whatever.
fuck would we talk about when we're drunk? I don't
Sex,
even wanna-
baby.
Jerome would be
Let's talk
fucking
about
naked,
you.
falling over.
I'm just naked, laying on the table. You guys are having a conversation, just slapping
Wow.
my ass cheeks.
Fucking finish my 40 and shove it up his ass.
We're eating hamburgers and hot dogs off of your naked body. And
Yeah. I turn over, you think it's a hot dog, it's really my cock. You're like, whoa.
We're like, why didn't you buy these ones that
Why
get
is
bigger
there,
when you cook them?
Why is there mayonnaise in this one? That's
Cut
weird.
a hole in the table and put your dick through it. It's like a milking table.
Yeah. Have you ever wanted to
Wow.
like be at the movies and then give a bowl of popcorn and cut a hole in it and put your wiener in there?
No.
See, I've seen people. I mean, I haven't seen people do that. I've heard of that.
I could
And
never eat that much popcorn.
and my biggest fear would be that the butter would burn my wiener. Wouldn't you think?
I don't put butter on my popcorn.
Okay,
That's
freak.
gross.
The fuck is wrong with
Get
you?
out of here, you fucking
Makes it
freak.
soggy.
I'll make you soggy. What is the? What?
It's gross.
It's butter.
Fucking gross. Jesus Christ.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe, rate, review, listen on every other thing you can listen on. Comment down below a good name for next podcast or things about Westworld, and see you guys next time.
Is that this season where they lock Homeboy in like that thing and like he can't get out?